I like how Smack's face looks like he just accepted his death, like he's on the fucking Titanic or some shit. He's just like, well, I'm fucking dead. It's been a pleasure, boys.
Another special ability. No! What the? That? Holy shit! Is that what?
Okay, that is the most porn acting I've ever seen. Come on, Pokey. Let's settle down. You don't gotta get that hype, man. You're not part of a contract.
Experience. This is the only real thing.
Okay, like there's no way. Pokey, we all know you know everything from fucking leaks anyways. Come on, stop acting.
I guess I got a little bit of heart left.
Come on,
But
we
guys,
all know
when you
that.
look at all of this, I want you to understand. That's why I uninstalled Honkai Star Rail. And I uninstalled Zenless Zone Zero. And I uninstalled Hoyo Play.
It appears that the bare minimum to some players is going above and beyond for their players. And I'm not going to pretend like I'm impressed with it. 3.2 update was an absolute fucking joke. And I mean that on everything. People who think otherwise are getting distracted by pretty bells and whistles, and they'll realize
why is he in the
really soulless
woods?
this game that was once full of life truly is.
I don't know.
Pathetic. See you on the next one.
As you are watching this video,
That's a lot of big booms.
I just finished watching 4 different excellent GOATs content creators that have made content for Honky Starbucks.
Then that's pretty crazy ratio, 3.2 thousand to 8.
Gacha Smack's departure.
Get
Okay,
way
not
more
really departure,
downvotes.
but just their thoughts about the 3.2.
Their
live stream,
departure.
right? Tagtone, Gacha Smack. So we have just finished watching 4 different creators' reaction towards the 3.2 HSR live stream. If y'all want to see this reaction, I think this video should be up on a clip channel.
He's got
if you guys
Vadi
wanna see
Vidya in his
how it
recommended,
went.
3.3
But I'll
million
just be
views.
using this opportunity to, you know, I don't think I've given my thoughts on not
Times 2, please. He sounds
global
unnaturally
passive,
slow.
which I hope that by the
Bro, I will not be able to understand what he's saying on 2 times
time
speed.
this video is recorded, the video should be up as in the previous video.
Not
But it's
possible.
more so how your favorite streamers, your favorite community managers, or like your
No, I hate all streamers.
executive account managers, your friends, your families.
Okay, what do you mean executive account managers, bro? Speak for yourself. You're fucking slaves in your basement, dude.
People that you know around your circle.
Let's not kid ourselves. You're the only one.
What has been the
Well, not the only one, but
impact of what happened in the last 24 hours? We just watched these 4 videos, and I'm sure there are gonna be more to come. Right? Sure,
what's that guy's name?
Kevin?
Kevin?
And even for
Kevkin?
myself, right, within my own community, and I'm not talking about the content creators, but even for myself, okay, not Silla Zero Cycle. I also have viewers within my community that are gonna stop supporting me as well because of what
Drake's
has
revenge.
transpired within the HSR 3.2 live stream. So I guess I kind of just want to use this opportunity. It's not just about the global passive, which I think I already explained extensively about.
Come on, get
but
into
more
it.
So
3 minutes in.
what's it gonna be like going forward? Is it really gonna be a see you tomorrow? What can we expect? Not for the game, but I guess as a community as a whole, right?
As a community, everyone will keep eating it up. You'll probably still see threads on Reddit of people complaining, but realistically, we all know Reddit and, you know, content creation in general as well is in the minority of things. And people will still keep eating it up. Honkai Star will keep doing essentially mostly the bare minimum, and I think that's pretty much what's gonna happen.
I won't be breaking down every single one of these videos in their entirety because we just spent I think at least 1 hour just watching everything. But I think we can have some rough consensus of at least these 4 videos that I watched on what has been the feeling towards HSR. So for Stewart, I think his main concern was with regards to the global passive, but he was generally quite happy with everything that have been added. For Kevin, he feels like he's under a moral crossroad of should he pull for Castorice, because there is the feeling where if you put for Castorice, especially as a content creator that plays Honkai Star Rail and makes Honkai Star Rail content, you have no backbone, which I'm gonna be talking about extensively in this post right here.
I don't think it matters if you pull Castorice or not, personally. I don't really think it matters. I think, realistically, playing the game is supporting it. And if you want to do that, that's fine. If you want to play the game, then keep playing the game. I don't want to play the game, so I don't play the game. It's kind of just that simple. Whether or not you pull for the character, I don't really think it matters. It also doesn't really matter if you quit. Quitting and being like, I'm boycotting this or whatever, it doesn't really matter to the game either. It's like casting a single vote in an election of millions, right? It really doesn't mean anything. It's a gesture that may be moral to you, but it doesn't actually impact things realistically. However, if you are dissatisfied with the way things are done in a game, then, well, what are the steps to actually showing that dissatisfaction? It would be you either quit the game or you stop spending money or something like that, right? But I'll definitely say, like, man, do you guys remember the boycott in Genshin? One of the most pathetic things anyone's ever seen. People are like, well, I'll only buy the monthly and the battle pass. Oh, and they're releasing this pass. Oh, I'll also buy that. Oh, the double top-up bonus? Well, I'm allowed to buy that at least, right? But I'm not spending any more money. It's like just fucking idiots, dude. It's like, it's so stupid. Here's how I see it. You can't truly believe that it's a really fucked up and terrible thing to add to the game if you are still playing the game. At a certain point, if you truly hate it enough, you would probably quit the game. But if it doesn't mean much to you, then whatever. I mean, a lot of people don't really care that much. However, I would say, I think people who play the game all the time and are heavily invested in it are the type of people who probably understand the gravity of it and why it sucks so much, right? And that's kind of the issue, is like, yeah, there's tons of people that just play casually, and to them, that global passive does not affect anything and does not matter, right? But to the people that are playing non-stop all the time, especially content creators, right? It's part of their job to kind of understand the game. Well, unless you're Box. But, it's kind of part of their whole thing is to understand the game. Those are the people that understand how shitty the global passive is. And so I don't really think that they should downplay it at all, because, like, it is something that should be condemned by anyone who, like, when you're deep enough into the game, it's plain as day to anybody, like, what a shitty precedent it is, and that it kind of just is telling you how little the company values you. That's what it really is to me, more than anything. It's like, the issue people have with it is not that, oh, now fights are easier, or, oh man, now you can get OP things. I think the biggest issue is it really just feels like an insult, because they're just adding more shit that just promotes spending money in a game that's already making an unbelievable amount of money and doing the absolute bare minimum. And when people have been complaining for weeks to months about the fact they're doing the bare minimum and being like, you guys are doing no work with the story, you're doing no effort with the storytelling, you're doing no effort with cutscenes, you're doing no effort with power creep, you're doing no effort in basically like all these different categories. And then on top of it, they're like, hey, we're adding this new thing where we are trying to make more money off of you. And then the anniversary goes, hey, we have a spending event and all these other things, right? It's basically like, okay, so let me get this straight. You are putting no effort into all of these different things, and then on top of it, you're gonna try and add a new mechanic to make more money from players? That's really the part, to me, like, I think that's the crux of it. It's more than even just like, oh, the balance of the game could be in trouble or something, because let's be real, the balance of the game has been fucked since Acheron. That's not even really the issue. Nobody thinks that Castorice's passive is suddenly making it so it's like, dude, my account couldn't do anything before, but now I can do all this stuff, it's so OP. Like, that's not the problem. It's just, I mean, I would say the lack of respect for the players is my feeling. I just think it straight up is saying that they just do not respect the players, the way that they're going about it. That's how I see it. And, people are willing to look at it any way they want, and there's nothing wrong with people continuing to play the game if they enjoy it, You play what you enjoy, and don't play what you don't enjoy. But just, I wish more people would acknowledge that the company does not care. They just don't. Because if they did care, why would they be adding this kind of stuff? Realistically, there's no world where you can really spin it as, oh, this is a cool thing that players will appreciate and be happy about. It's just a bad thing. And I feel like everyone should kind of just say that. Whether or not you accept it and want to keep playing the game or anything like that, like, that's fine. but I think people should accept that it's basically just a negative and that, you know, it's not really something to be happy about. And it is kind of just, I would argue, a disrespectful thing to even add at this point with so many other dissatisfactions. It was a bit ridiculous. The people that say it's a gotcha, this is normal practice, are so stupid. It's such a brain-dented thing to say because, yeah, gotchas are shitty and flawed, but they can be better. It's like why everyone will clown on a game like Fake Grand Order, right? It's like, well, because it's worse and because it treats players worse. That's the reality of it. That's how things work. If the majority normies don't care much, then why did Hoyo mention the black screens and lack of cutscenes issue? I think it's a mostly social media people issue, not the majority. I mean, you see, here's the thing. Realistically, the people that will make the biggest deal out of Castorice's passive are people who are deeply entrenched in the game. Like a really casual player will be like, oh, I like this girl, she's cool, and then it's like, whoa, she has a cool passive, right? But the people that really understand the depth of it are the people that are really, really into the game, so not the casual players. But ironically, the people that are really deep into the game also don't like the global passive, so it almost feels like, who is the global passive for? It's not really for the casual players, is it? Because they won't even really care about it. Are they really going to pull the character just for that? Probably not. Then the people that it would technically be designed for, the people who understand the game better, don't really like it. So it's kind of just designed for no one? I don't know, the way that I'm thinking about it. You guys should riot, start the movement. You see, here's the thing, guys. I am past the point of actually caring about the health of Honkai Star Rail. You see, on the recent live stream, I was basically hate watching at this point because I am just more apathetic towards Honkai Star Rail. I don't really care what they add or what they do realistically. The game doesn't really matter to me. I'll follow news about the game, but I've basically just lost interest in that game. I don't have a feeling of like, oh, I really want it to get better, because there's plenty of games that will piss you off because you want it to be better. You want it to be more than what it is, but I'd rather just see Honkai Star Rail die. It's not gonna happen, but like, it just, I'm just disappointed. Disappointed to a degree where I just stopped caring, essentially. That's the actual feeling I got. Because it went from a game that I really enjoyed, and then it kept getting worse and worse and worse and worse. I would say after like 2.2, messing up everything that I cared about. Now when I just see how they like treat everything, it just makes me go, man, fuck it. That's the feeling that I eventually got. Apathy is the worst thing that a player can have towards a game, because when you're apathetic, it just doesn't matter to you, right? When someone's pissed about the game, it means they still really care. I'm not the only person who feels this way, but a bunch of people I think just kind of feel apathetic towards it. It's a shame though, because I did enjoy the game for a while, but oh well. It's one less game for me to log in, I suppose. As I've said before, and for some reason, it feels like no one in these communities seems to understand. The people who have all the power are the players. And I've seen cases of the players being mad enough to make such an impact that the devs have to basically kneel to the players' demands. It is very possible, it is very doable, but it just doesn't happen with Hoyoverse games. It just straight up does not happen. And that's why they'll never get better, because the players don't realize that they're the ones with all the power. And also there's a disconnect between the East and West, and because of that, nothing's ever really going to happen.
Right, you are being a hypocrite. You're supporting these predatory practices, and you know you are.
Those are my entire views on the thing.
Even watch this channel first, and he was feeling pretty sad, right? He was feeling sad about it. And then Gajah's Mac, he was really, really not happy with, I would say, the entire live stream, or at least 90% of it, because even if there were like, let's just say, quality of life updates and how it's like, it's more like it's like damage control, which I think is a little bit of a similar sentiment shared by Tectone as well. It's like damage control of like what has been going on for the past couple of months and what is going to happen going into the future, especially with the inclusion of like global passive and how people are going to be balancing around it, right? Not to mention the end game, HP inflation, power game, all that kind of stuff. So generally speaking, I think Gajah's been just not too happy. And then Tectone,
more than not too
ironically
happy.
or unironically, he was I don't know why he's more peaceful. I think it's because bro was in the forest. He's literally more peaceful. And he's came to the realization
Tectone's
that
resigned. He is resigned to the
game
situation.
itself is just not for him. because he doesn't feel the attachment. He doesn't.
I disagree with that, Pokey. It's not that he's saying the game isn't for him. It's that he's saying the game has just continuously gotten worse and worse and making shitty, stupid decisions. And now finally they're just making such dumb decisions that he's done with the game. It's not that, well, I guess you could say the game isn't for him because the game just kept turning into something that's not for anybody. I think that's essentially what he's saying. He said verbatim he preferred Belobog and doesn't care about Amphorius. Yeah, but it's not because the game wasn't for him. He believes that the story has gotten worse. He thinks that the game was getting worse over time in terms of story. It's not that the game wasn't for him, because at one point it kind of was. It's that the game, I mean, you could argue that the game getting worse means the game is less for you or something, in a way, but that's kind of what his argument was.
Feel joy anymore because, you know, he likes Kafka, he likes Jingliu, he likes Belobog, and all these new stories that come out in HSR, it doesn't even appeal to him anymore. And it does sound like he's like a story gamer. He play for the lore, play for the waifu, the experience. But now that he didn't finish up 3.1, he came to the realization, oh my god, he's free. He doesn't fucking care. And everything else, which is the global passives, the top-up bonus refreshes, right? The whale shops, right? He's even is going schizo, which, you know, all these content in their own right and their own perspective, they are not,
like I said before, people were disappointed from so many things before this live stream. This live stream was just the cherry on the top.
Right? They feel this way about HSR, just like how at the end of the day, do you continue on playing this game or not? Should come from a single point of...
What, do you enjoy it? Do you have fun?
Focus that ties everything together. Which I briefly mentioned for Gacha's Max.
I'm not sure what he's saying here.
Which is, do you still have fun playing this game? And I think if you can answer
that's the only
that
thing that
question,
really matters.
It unravels a lot of things, because the same exact pointers that were brought up, it can have two different sides. So, for example,
you enjoyed Belobog, Lufo's Snooze Fest. I'm gonna be real. I didn't think Belobog was that great. I'm gonna be honest. Like, I don't know why people think Belobog was the best part of it, but
Just Max perspective, the free Luocha and Rame is really, really bad because they have a decline in usage and like nobody really cares about them anymore. And like even I don't know if it knows that you can save it. And also the 5-star dupe system, you need half a token and you can only be E6. It's really bad. It changes nothing and nobody's gonna, you know, be caring about this. But on the flip side, for maybe some...
Look, let me just say this. The bare minimum that the live stream could have had was a bunch of free things. That is the truth. The whole point of every anniversary stream for every single gacha is here's a bunch of free shit. The bare minimum is the free shit for an anniversary. That's just how gacha games work, right? And if you give too little, then people get mad. And every single anniversary, you need to make better than the last one too, right? But the bare minimum was the free shit in my eyes. And if they only gave 30 pulls, people would have clowned the shit out of them, by the way. So they had to do more than that. I don't know how much more they had to do, but you have to do enough that people won't just trash you, right? 30 pulls would never be enough for people. Like, people would be so pissed. Because that would be a pretty disappointing anniversary, right? In terms of rewards. But in my eyes, when you cut out the free shit that's just part of an anniversary, what are you actually really getting in this patch? You're not really getting much. Now, they are promising a few things in the future that they're gonna do, but nothing's happening in that patch. It's a pretty boring ass patch, all things considered. They are promising some things that they're gonna do, which could be cool, but you gotta wait for them. So it's not really all that amazing of a patch for like an anniversary.
Someone that continues to play the game, not for like whether or not it's gonna be aggressive or what, but it's just they continue playing on the game just because they enjoy it.
Yo,
they
Shinya, thanks
see
for the
this
raid.
as, like,
oh, holy shit, it's Shinya!
Not a negative. Which brings me to this point that I want to address over here, right? Because I can't speak for other content creators. I can only speak for myself. And I think this message is gonna be the most representative of what I feel about the live stream, as well as how the community is gonna be like going forward. Which is this is not just a single guy, by the way. As in, like, I'm pretty sure there are also other community members, right, chat, that might feel the same, which is, if I were to continue playing Honkai.
It's time for me to write an essay about why I'm unsubbing to Mr. Pokey. It's time, guys. It is my time to shine. Time to write a giant essay.
Dario. With all these things that are going on about, that has been brought up. And like I said, they're all valid. Right, they're all valid. It's predatory, gold passive sucks, the way it's implemented sucks, right? E6, they're all valid. But if I were to continue playing Honkai Star Rail, and if I were to continue playing Castorice, or like pull for Castorice, it's gonna be placing me in a situation where viewers that watch my channel, that watch my content, is no longer a matter of, oh, I like to watch this streamer, or I used to watch this streamer because, you know, he's playing my game.
I'm unsubbing.
It's become a matter of, how can this guy continue playing this game despite all these things that are going on, you know? And in his words, you know, he can play and continue to make, all right, he likes the game, but have some balls and don't reward Hoyoverse for this shit. Need to stand on business and not pull the most predatory character in the game has seen so far. You can enjoy Giselle without pulling Castorice and all this kind of stuff, which...
I said it before, I'll say it again. I don't think pulling Castorice even really changes anything. If you don't pull Castorice, you're still technically supporting it, so...
Ties back to my response over here. And it's not just Drake's Revenge, because I know bro has been in my chat and my community for a while.
I just see it as like the whole enviosity thing of like, I'm the only motherfucker that should be praised. It's like, okay, well, just playing the game is supporting it. I mean, that's the reality of it. It's like, doesn't matter if you're whaling or not, it's like still part of it. It's like, but that said, I mean, look, here's my thought, guys. You can hate an aspect of a game, but still enjoy it and still play it. I don't really even think that's an issue, but you would need to be like pretty outspoken about it, I guess, right? It's like, there are aspects of plenty of games that I play that piss me the fuck off and I think are dog shit. And I don't quit the game. Does that mean that I'm supporting the practice? I guess technically, you know, in that way, yeah, I guess. But still means I'm pissed off at the stuff. But I think people should be pretty upfront about the fact that they think it's shit and that it should be changed, I guess. I think that's the main thing. I think Mr. Pokey is probably not criticizing it enough, and so it doesn't really matter what he says or does. He's just obviously going to be labeled as a shill, essentially. I will say that I don't think he's really gone hard enough on the fact that they're adding the global passive. Like, he hasn't really like gone in on it hard enough for people to think that he is like not on its side, I think, is how people will feel. You made a 40-minute video yapping about it. Yeah, it's true, I haven't seen your video, but I also just haven't really seen you. I mean, when we were talking about it, for instance, Pokey, you didn't really say that much about it. I haven't watched your 40-minute video, but like when we were all on call, I remember you didn't really go in on it much at all. Because you were saving it for your video. I don't know if I want to watch a 40-minute video though. I would like to see what you said, but...
He has been 8 months up, but I hope that this also addresses to anyone that watches my channel, right? Like I said, I can't represent everybody, but at least this is going to be my perspective on why I will still continue playing Honkai Star Rail, and why even if all these, everyone quits, the game is going for a ban, all that kind of stuff, why I still continue to do the things that I want to do.
Pokey appears anytime someone says his name? No, that's not true. Pokey is my #1 fan. Mr. Pokey is my #1 fan. You guys know that he has more than 20 days of watch time for my stream. Yeah, he's my #1 fan. 20 days and 15 hours.
Because first things first is, if you decide to watch my content, if you decide to sub up to my channel, if you guys want to like give a donation, join the Discord, watch my TikTok, watch the video, all that kind of stuff, please know that you are under no obligation to do so, right? Don't feel that, oh my god, this guy,
Alright, that's it. I'm unsubbing. Actually, I'm not subbed anyways. I actually don't sub to any content creators, basically, because I want my homepage to be things I actually want to see, and I don't want watch gotcha videos. Just straight up. Like, I don't sub to gacha content creators because I don't want to watch gacha content creation videos. When I'm just like doing my own thing off stream, like I don't want like, and I open my YouTube page, I don't want to watch a video about Genshin or HSR or Wuwa or ZZZ. It's like I don't want to see it. Like I just want to watch my like whatever slop. Right? Why don't I make another account for gacha stuff? Why are you making this complicated? Or I could just, bro, I'm not subbed to like any gacha content creators. I just don't do it. I think I might be subbed to like 1 or 2, but they don't upload often, so it doesn't matter. Like Pan Piano, you're damn right I'm subbing to Pan Piano because I want to see that on my fucking homepage, okay? I don't need to see a video about Wuthering Waves. I want to see a video about Pan fucking Piano.
I watch this guy because he's my favorite HSR guy, and no, because at the end of the day, I'm just a nobody.
True.
I really am just a nobody, right?
Lil
At
bro
the end of the day, I'm
finally
just this
woke
random
up.
guy sitting in like my house in Singapore, and I'm just streaming video games, and I'm just yapping. I am not as important as
Me
what you might think I am.
HSR needs a me.
There's hundreds, thousands, if not like hundreds of thousands of other content and streamers that can basically do the same thing, which is just play the game, right? It doesn't have to be Honkai Star, it can be any game, and as long as you like the way that they make their content, please do not feel that you are in any way, shape, or form owing me something, right? So
You know what? You're
that
right. Okay, I'm unsubbing. That's it. Fuck this guy. Blocked on Twitch.
being established, I think it's
Wait, I don't know him anything? I'm
a little
done.
bit unfortunate, especially with the message that both Gajasman and Tectone brought up, which is that people that will still play this may be under this moral and ethical scrutiny of maybe not playing, but like pulling for Castorice. Because if I were to pull for Castorice, even if I were to say global passive is a bad system, but if I were to continue pulling on it, I'm a hypocrite, and you know, my words have no value. I serve zero purpose. You know, how can you do this?
True.
And I don't think it needs to be
Most
this
of your
way.
God gets it. Here's what I would say. I think if you pull Castorice or whatever, and you straight up just say, yeah, I think that the passive is a terrible thing, but I'm pulling this character anyway. And yeah, it's like kind of hypocritical, but at the same time, I just want the character and I pull every character. I don't know. I think people can accept it depending on how you actually say it. They'll just be like, yeah, fair enough. I think it depends on how you phrase it, how you just say it, essentially. Too much mental gymnastics is just simple for career version. Isn't that complicated? Yeah, but what about the people that are not doing it for career reasons and just want to pull the unit, but also acknowledge that it's a shitty passive thing? It's like, well, that's not for career reason. It's just people like want to pull the unit. That's cognitive dissonance? No, it's just accepting it for exactly what it is. Is you're just saying, yeah, it's hypocritical or whatever. Like, I think the gold passive thing is shit and shouldn't exist, but I'm also just gonna pull the character. I don't know. It's like, that's just, you're just being pretty clear cut and honest about it. Yeah, I mean, it's like, guys, there's plenty of things I hate about these games that I complain about, but I still play them. Does that mean that I'm therefore okay with the thing and think it's a good thing? I don't know.
Because whether or not this global passive, at least for myself anyway, right? Whether or not I need to have this global passive or not have this global passive, I know that I didn't play Honkai Star Rail waiting for the day where, oh my god, I can spend all these money, time, effort, resources, and everything to play a game that I don't want to play. I start out day one.
You'd rather be playing League of Legends, we all
liking
know
this
it.
game,
Don't even
thinking,
lie.
you
We
know,
all fucking know
it's
it.
gonna be a pretty chill little
You're not
hobby,
fooling
and
anybody.
it turned out to be the way that I am here today.
You wish you could start stream and play League of Legends for 7 hours. You wish you could do that. We all know it. I know it. You know it. We all know this, okay? Everybody knows that he wishes he could just stream fucking League of Legends for 7 hours, okay? And yell into his microphone like Tyler 1, okay? We all know that. We all know you'd rather do that than play HSR. Don't even pretend, okay? You ain't got no account managers for League of Legends. You know why? Because you want to play the whole game. You like more percentage of that game than HSR, okay? We all know us, right? You'd rather play League of Legends on stream.
And I derive the enjoyment from HSR from building up these different units, this anime waifus, right? Testing out the teams, playing for their 1%, and gooning with chat, all the reactions.
Gooning with
as well as,
chat,
let's
damn.
just be real. The community that I've built up, they are also, I would say they've impacted my life quite a little bit as well. And I'm very, very appreciative that I can be in this situation where I don't really think it's gonna
Mr.
be-
Pokey,
Holy
may
fucking
your
shit.
journey
Man, shut
lead
up.
you Star
Yo,
Wars.
Lumen, thank
He's
you
talking
so much
here.
for the
Shut
super chat.
up.
You think I'm gonna do what you want? We'll watch it, whatever. Yeah, exactly. But like,
Bro, you know what one of the most annoying things of all time is? Oh my god. Have you guys ever watched like a streamer reacting to a video or something, and then in the middle some loud fucking text-to-speech bullshit essay about their fucking life starts in the middle, and it's like, brother, read the fucking room. Nobody gives a fuck right now. You know? It's so annoying, dude. Oh my god. It's like, shut up, dude. Like, why? Like, you're not even watching the stream. Why would you choose right now?
I hope that this
It's
which
really
is
funny,
one of the
though.
concerns
I'm
brought
gonna
by
be real,
Kevin,
it's pretty
which is
funny.
if a content creator were to pull for Castorice, they are deemed as like, you know, morally and ethically wrong, which I personally
Hitler would have pulled for Castorice. Checkmate, Mr. Pokey. Mm-hmm.
don't really agree with this, because it's getting to a point where if I were to play this thing that I play, or if I were to consume a thing that I were to consume, so let's just say I were to pull a unit in gacha, right? It's became this almost like this. I'm not sure if you guys know how the Korean War worked. You know, North Korea versus
What's up,
South
Bonnie?
Korea. It's like a proxy war between like US and the Soviet Union, right? It's like a proxy war between two states, and it's getting to
Proxy
a point
war.
where because I want to pull for Castorice and play for Honkai Star Rail, I'm gonna be under this expectation that I am supporting predatory practices, or I am being a hypocrite despite saying global passive is bad, and I'm doing nothing about it. And it's a little bit unfortunate that
I mean, technically you are promoting predatory practices. I mean, we all are just by playing gacha games, but by playing Honkai Star Rail with Castorice being there, you are essentially, you know, it's not a big enough deal breaker for you to quit, so you are in a way technically supporting it, whether you like it or not. I mean, unfortunately, that's kind of how it is, even though it's a shitty situation. But
this is probably gonna be happening going forward. And I think it has happened before back then. I think an excellent example is, for example, right, the whole Malvega and Nether thing.
unintentionally,
I feel like
indirectly.
these kind of things have happened before in the past, which is people attach like moral and ethics into playing a video game, which I don't think is gonna be that good, because it's gonna result in a situation where if you were to play or pull for, in this case, gacha units, spend in this medium of entertainment, you are deemed as morally and ethically wrong for supporting a predatory practice. And then if that was gonna be the case,
I acknowledge that I play gambling gacha games that could hurt children. Fuck them kids. I don't give a fuck, dude. I'm playing gacha games because I want to, alright? Get influenced, kids. Get owned.
then at what point do you draw the line? So I brought up two examples here, which is like, for example, League of Legends with Riot Games as well as Pokemon with Game Freak. If somebody were to spend thousands of dollars on skins, Pokemon plushies, Pokemon cards, does it make them morally and ethically wrong if the company themselves were to do scummy business practices? I wouldn't want to put it such as, oh, this guy spent money with Riot Games. He is a horrible human being. And this is gonna be carried forward, not just to like even gaming. Like, let's just say, for example, in like real life, like consumerism, right? If you were to buy clothes of Shein is like this brand where they have extremely affordable, cheap clothing. Maybe there's some SaaS business and labor laws. But if someone were to buy like cheap clothes from Shein, are they gonna be like a ethically and morally wrong person because, you know, they like the quality and they think the price is affordable?
I will say this, and maybe I'm wrong, but I'm just saying this off the top of my head, but I believe there is a level of how indirect you are supporting something. So for instance, how many levels removed? When you buy a piece of clothing, you're like 5 levels removed from the fucking kid in the coal mine, you know what I mean? It's like you're many levels removed, but if you directly buy, I don't know, I guess in this instance, Castorice, you roll for Castorice, it basically just goes straight from that to the company, you know what I mean? It's like 1 level. But if you buy a phone, it's like how many levels removed is that phone from the kid in the cobalt mine, you know what I mean? So I think like for a lot of people, it's like how direct it is you're supporting a certain thing in a way. I think that's kind of what it is. That's just an excuse though. Pretend there's a dude that he just straight up kills people and he steals their phones and then sells them. That's like 1 level removed from the fucking crime. But if you're buying a brand new phone and like 5 levels down the line, someone was killed in the making of that phone, you see how those two feel kind of different, right? One feels a lot more direct. It's like you're directly associating with that thing, and the other thing feels way further down the line. Because if you actually lived in this way, then you would not own anything and you would be a hermit in the forest, right? Because you wouldn't want to have to do with any of these things. You guys see kind of what I'm trying to say? Maybe I'm not explaining it the best, but you know. Does the phone have a global passive? Yeah, it is a global passive of 5G waves.
I hope that my community, I can't speak for the entire gacha community, but at least for my community, it doesn't lead to a situation where a game like Honkai Star Rail, a unit like Castorice, and the implications of global passive, it leads to not just myself as a streamer, but the divide within the community. Like, oh, this guy pulled for this unit. This guy skipped this unit. Therefore, he represents that he's standing up against MiHoYo. He's protecting MiHoYo. No, man. It's just really not that deep because I want to pull for Castorice. I want to see the effects. I want to play the different team counts. I want to do my 0 cycles. I want to do all the little content. Because at the end of it all, I like to play all these things. Maybe one day when it doesn't, I play something else. We had our Gen 3 Pokemon Nuzlocke. That was great. Sometimes we do League of Legends here and there. I think Monster Hunter Wilds is releasing Mizusune pretty soon. There shouldn't be an obligation when it comes to moral ethics tied to playing or at least consuming a medium of entertainment. Be it if I am a streamer, a content creator, a viewer, a player. Because why would that change your moral and ethics, is what I'm trying to say. So if you are a viewer of my channel and you have been supporting my channel for the past, for example, this guy is 8 months, right? If you have been supporting my channel since day 1, and if you have been playing Honkai Star Rail since day 1,
and you felt like, socio-political things to virtue signaling gacha games.
Castorice global passive is I cannot accept this. This game is bad.
That's what it feels like.
And for whatever reason, I want to quit the game. No hard feelings, right? And that is completely fine. Because if
yeah, I mean, I just quit Honkai Star Rail. Like, I don't know. It was that simple. It's just went, yeah, this sucks. And then I just quit. Oh.
Form of entertainment, a game, a video game, it doesn't make you have fun, then what's the purpose? It serves 0 purpose. Life is already this.
Oh yeah, Pokey? Then why do you have account managers, huh? If the game's so fun, you probably should just enjoy playing the whole game, huh? What's all these account managers for, huh? If the game's so good, then why aren't you playing it? What's up with that? Huh? Poor little millionaire can't afford to pay his account managers a fair wage.
Limited. And to subject not just myself, but like people within my community under, oh, they are watching this guy that put for Castorice. Therefore, he's like the company dick sucker, and he doesn't give a shit.
Play with more with managers than tourists without.
And I really hope that
you kind of don't. I mean, like, you're just on everyone else's account but your own, man.
This is also,
you're an account manager for your viewers because you're always on their fucking account fixing their shit. Proof your damn streams. What do you mean? You're on everybody else's accounts. you're your chat's account manager.
Gonna be quite equal to the flip side. So, for example, let's just say a gacha company gave a lot of quality.
You're playing the
of life.
game? That's like saying
It's
this
the
video is
bare
you
damn
playing the
quality of
game.
life. It gives 100 pools for anniversary, right? It gives you 100 pools, 2 limited 5 stars, 5,000 potions, infinite thing.
He's a
Like,
veteran
it has
tourist.
The best of the best of the best quality of life. But if at the end of the day, I don't have fun playing this game, I don't think I'm gonna be morally or ethically wrong. It's like, oh my god, how dare you not like this company or not like this game, even though they gave you so much quality of life. No, man. I just not for me. And I think that's okay. Because not every single person is always gonna have a black and white say of saying, okay, this game is the best game for everyone in the world, and if you hate this game, you're a bad person. Or if you like this game, you're a good person, right? It doesn't work that way. So after watching the reactions of, like, you know, quite a couple.
Yeah, you see, here's the thing. The reality of it is, I don't really care if you pull Castorice or not, or play the game or not. I mean, I quit the game because I was like, this sucks ass. Doesn't matter to me. The only actual ethical or moral thing that you could tie into any of this is the company just does not give a remote fuck about you and their assholes. It's really just that simple. That's the only actual ethical thing about the whole situation, is that they just do not give a flying fuck about you. It's that
And I
simple.
think going forward, there's probably
And they
gonna be
never
more.
will.
I'm not
They
sure
treat
who else
the
it's
players
gonna
like
be,
absolute
or what the landscape's
dogs.
gonna be like in the future.
It's
'cause
crazy.
There's only so little.
No gacha games care remote fuck about customers. What do you mean? Yeah, but some at least will do things for the players. But this game sure as hell ain't gonna do it. Some care more than others, and this company sure does not. They sure do not give a fuck about the players over at Hoyoverse. They make all that money, and they put about as much effort into the game as a game that makes 1 to 3 million. They just do not care, man. Yeah, Hoyo doesn't even try to pretend that they care. At least other companies will, like, try to pretend they'll care, but like...
Content creators, at least on like the YouTube and Twitch side that I know, that covers like HSR. And it does seem that quite a decent number of them, they are, you know, I don't think they're going to be quitting HSR content. They're probably going to be coming back.
Yeah, I think most
as per
content creators
usual.
for HSR are not going to be quitting.
Play it once a patch and, like, you know, do
Duh,
the story
of course
events.
people
Maybe
aren't going
they,
to.
you know, look at how the update's going to be like. I don't think they're going to ever quit making the content. But it makes the community of the players that play the game a little bit
I guess you're talking about the more hardcore
and now that
ones.
it has become
Makes it
smaller. I wonder what's gonna happen when it becomes like a proxy war on if you pull Castorice, you're bad. If you skip Castorice, you're good.
I don't think it's really going to affect too much.
Yeah, I don't really know what is the answer to that, right? So at the end of the day, which is something that I mentioned in my very first video where I discussed about Castorice global passive, how global passive works and everything.
Can you zoom away from the Andrew
very-
Tate news? No, this is really important. Talking about Andrew Tate's ex who was abused ignites victim blaming debate. This is part of the whole situation.
Last portion, don't let a content creator determine for you as a player or pressure you as a player on what you should or should not play. Never ever feel like you're morally or ethically wrong or right just because you want to pull for a fucking gacha unit. Absolutely not. Right?
We're all
Absolutely
ethically
not.
fucked because we're
There
playing
is
gachas in the first place anyways.
way too many things in real life that you can be worried about when it comes to more, like, unless you kill somebody in game or you're like you're committing crimes, right? I think that is, you know, hey, you're probably not a good person. But
I mean,
if
playing
you are
gachas in
still
the
gonna
first
play
place is
Honkai
already
Star,
like...
and if you are still gonna play Castorice,
Damn.
don't let anyone tell you that you're a bad person for doing so. And likewise, don't feel that just because you didn't pull for Castorice, you're a good person. Because you're trying to, like, stop this movement. Ding, ding, ding. It really doesn't very well. Yo, Kangen.
You're really gonna
because I like you as a streamer, not for the
You're really gonna thank this guy in the middle of the video and play his fucking message? What an asshole.
game you choose to play.
Boom, very great. So that is gonna be the most important message. I'll be looking forward to see how this community is gonna be shaping up for the next couple of weeks, because I don't think this is gonna be the end. In fact, I think this is gonna be...
I might be a content creator, but like, I'm really just the same as any player or viewer. When I don't like something, I just quit it. It's just that simple, guys. Like, I don't know. I was just like, man, Honkai Star was kind of lame. I guess I'm gonna quit. It was like, I don't care what anyone else is saying. You know what made me really go, I'm done with this shit? The fact that Rin's probably not going to be in the collab. That made me go, fuck these idiots. But then when I heard about the Castorice passive, I went, yeah, you know, I'm probably not going to come back. I was like, yeah, I think that's kind of just crossing the line of me caring. I think I'm just going to quit. I'm going to be real, guys, though. If they don't put Rin in the collab, that is dumber than the Castorice passive, though. Like, just straight up, that is so brain dented 1 IQ. Because that's her whole arc. That's the point. Like, that just makes no sense. That's like, hey, we're making this cool show called Naruto. Oh, is the main character Naruto? No, we took him out of it. It's like, oh, okay. It's like, she's the whole point of Unlimited Blade Works. Why the fuck would you? This is her whole arc. It's her route. Why would you not do that? But anyways, I mean, yeah, I don't really think there's any morality with it. Guys, like, I don't care about any sort of morality thing related to the Castorice passive. The only thing for me is it's literally just like, okay, you know what pisses me off with the whole Castorice passive thing? Is not morality or whether people are pulling her or not, or whether people are going to keep playing or not or anything. What actually pisses me off is all those stupid fucking players that are saying shit like it's fine or it's not a big deal or like, yeah, these people should quit. Like, we'll have all this stuff to ourselves. This is great. It's like the people that genuinely don't think that it's like a shitty thing, those are the people that actually piss me off, because it is a shitty thing. And anyone with a brain who actually actively plays the game knows it's a shitty thing. So those people actually piss me off, because it's like in their pursuit of trying to be right, they're essentially putting their game in eternal damnation. You know what I mean? It's like in their pursuit of wanting to be like, yeah, my game's better than yours, or my game's good, quit, all of you haters. It's like in their pursuit of trying to be right, they're essentially just making the game shittier for them and everybody else, realistically. And there's so many people that are acting that way, and it's just, I don't know, that annoys me to see. Yeah, they're like, cry harder. It's like, bro, you're the only one who's getting hurt. You and everyone else who enjoys the game is getting hurt. I'm not getting hurt. You know what I mean? It's like, I'll be like, cry harder. It's like, I quit the game. You're the one who's being hurt by this. I am not being damaged by this at all. It's like, it doesn't actually affect me. I quit the game. I don't care. But anyways, I guess that's kind of my thoughts on the entire situation.